Okay, so thank you all so much for joining. First, let me just say welcome to Kindred Hearts team. And so let me tell you a little bit about what I have that I'm really excited about to share with you today. So Kindred Hearts team was founded in 2009 and has blessed over 160,000 people, you guys. It has been around for 11 years and has truly changed so many people's lives. And so let me tell you what Kindred Hearts team is. It is a private group. It is automated. It is a gifting activity and a huge blessing. A huge blessing and lots of fun. And so let me just tell you why it's so much fun. Kindred Hearts, let me first tell you what it's not. Kindred Hearts is not a pyramid scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme. I know a lot of people have heard a lot about that lately. So it's not multi-level marketing. It's not a business. It's not an investment, not a stock, share, or equity of entity. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it is not a competition. And what it is, it's a gifting activity. So I'm going to explain to you, if you have no idea what that is, I'm going to explain to you what that means. And so let me first say, how does Kindred Hearts team work? So there are a few steps. Number one is to make the decision. Yes, you want to join the community. And step two is that you will gift $100. You will give a gift to someone in the community, and I'll be able to explain that a little bit later. And step three is you bring two like-minded individuals into the community. Now, I think that I need to qualify what like-minded individuals means. So when you are thinking about bringing, if you're like, yes, I want to be a part of this, after you see the presentation and you're thinking about your like-minded individuals, you're going to, of course, think about your family and your friends and your coworkers, maybe your classmates or your neighbors. I also want you to really consider people who may have lost their jobs. You know, COVID-19 and this pandemic has really changed our world. It's changed so many people's lives very quickly. And so think about those who were affected by COVID-19. Think about college students, single parents, small business owners. These are the people that you're thinking about when you start thinking about like-minded individuals. But when it comes to character, when it comes to mindset, what I want you to start thinking about are people who have high integrity. Those people that you know you can rely on. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. Those are the kind of people we're looking for to be a part of this community. Those who, where their word really matters. It's really important. Those who are trustworthy, those who are genuine, those who are giving, accountable, reliable, those who have a servant's heart, who are kind and good-natured. These are the kind of people we're looking for to be a part of this community. Now, the way this works, the way this gifting activity works is there are 4 2x3 matrix boards, and you move from one board to the other by sharing this blessing. And there are 4 boards. There's a $100 board, there's a $400 board, there's a $1,000 board, and then there's a $2,000 board. So it's super simple. There are 4 boards. Each board, it has a different gifting amount on it. So the first board is $100, the second board is $400, the third board is $1,000, and the fourth board is $2,000. Now, this is what the matrix board looks like. Now, I want you to think about when you were in high school, you were a freshman, and then after your freshman year, you advanced. You are a rising sophomore, right? So it's a very similar concept where you come in as a freshman. That is your first stop when you become a member of this community. You are a freshman, and on every board, there are 8 slots for 8 freshmen. Now, all 8 freshmen come in, and then they gift their senior $100. So 8 people gift their senior $100. Now, so the senior, in turn, receives $800 in gifts, right, from all 8 freshmen. Now, you may be thinking, so how can I advance to the sophomore level if there are only 4 slots? Well, every single board literally has an imaginary line down the middle. So from the senior level to the freshman, I want you to imagine an invisible line, and now there are really 2 boards. So what happens is once all 8 freshmen gift their senior, the $100 each, the senior now confirms receiving those gifts. So I did say in the beginning that this was automated. So what that means is you have your own portal, and the automated system knows where to place you. It reminds you, it tells you, literally it gives you a ticket that tells you how much to gift and who to gift it to, who the senior is, their name, their email, their phone number. And then the senior also has 8 tickets for the 8 freshmen that are on their board, and he can easily, or she, confirm receiving each gift, which then helps tell the automated system that these people have gifted and now they are ready to advance to the next level. So with the imaginary line down the middle, after all 8 freshmen gift their senior, the board splits. And now there are two different boards that have come out of this one board. So each board split, or the board splits into 2, and now the 4 freshmen on each side of the board become sophomores, right? So even though it's one board now, the automated system sees it as 2. So the freshmen become sophomores on their separate boards, and this is when you bring in your 2 like-minded individuals, when you are sophomores, not before. Your only responsibility as a freshman is to gift your senior $100. Then once you gift and you move up to the sophomore level, now those slots that were for freshmen are open and empty, and you can bring in your 2 like-minded individuals at that time. So it's very simple, because the $100 board, this is the engine for the gifting activity. Everyone enters the $100 board. You only bring in 2 people one time on the $100 board. And so by everyone funneling in their like-minded individuals, their invitees, into the $100 board, it then pushes everyone who's on that board onto the $400 board. And then the people on the $400 board go to the $1,000 board. And the people on the $1,000 board go to the $2,000 board. And it literally is a beautiful system that has worked for 11 years, blessing over 160,000 people. And so how exciting is it that we now have the opportunity to say yes and join this awesome community? So this is what your board looks like in your portal. So when you join, you say yes to the person who invited you. I want to be a part of this community. They say, okay, great. They enroll you as one of their invitees, and then they put you on the board. You come in on the board as a freshman, and your username, everyone gets a unique username, is in red. So now that this is in red, if you see at the top of every board, it tells you what each color means. So red means that you have gifts pending. So you now have to gift your senior. So you gift your senior when you come in $100. And then once the senior confirms receiving your gifts, it changes your color from red to black. So now when it's in black, that means you have no invitees. However, when you put in your first invitee, it changes your color green. When you put in your second invitee, it changes your color blue. And so you need to qualify. In order to qualify to move forward on the boards, you need to bring in 2 like-minded individuals. When you're a sophomore, this is the time that you bring in your 2 invitees. You place them underneath you in the freshman slots. They confirm their seniors. It turns after you enter them, it turns your color to blue. Now you're qualified to move forward and receive gifts. So now, because again, remember the automated system sees 2 boards. Number 1 through 4 is one side of the board. Number 5 through 8 is the other side of the board. What does that mean? That means that when freshmen 1 through 4 gift their senior, and their senior confirms their gifts, that board now splits and everyone moves up. So you do not have to wait for all 8 to gift, because there's this invisible line, and the system reads 2 different boards. So let me just explain how this works, because it's really, really exciting. You have a $100 gift that you came in, right? So you gifted your senior $100. There are 8 freshmen on the board. So all 8 freshmen gift the senior $100 each. So the senior now receives 8 $100 gifts. Now, when you become a senior, because everyone funnels into that $100 board and pushes everyone up through all of the other boards, when you're a senior on that board, you receive 8 $100 gifts. Now, I've been in 4 weeks. I was a senior on the $100 board in 2 days. So I started receiving 8 $100 gifts. I started confirming them, and then I retired that board, and then I moved, the system automatically placed me on the $400 board. So when I went to the $400 board, I'm a freshman. But guess what? When you're a freshman on each board, you gift your senior because all of the boards are the same. The gift amount is different. So you come in as a freshman on the second board. I then, out of the $800 I received on my $100 board, I took $400 of that and I gifted my senior on the $400 board. And so now I was a freshman, I gifted my senior on the $100 board, but guess what? It gets better because Miss Sharon, who created the system, now created a way for us to re-enter each board after we leave it. But in order to do that, we have to leave a $100 gift on the board we just left, and we gift it to a senior on the board. Now we call it a perpetual board, and I'll explain what perpetual means. So you take 400 out of the 800, you gift the senior on the $400 board. Now you leave behind $100 on your perpetual board that you are going to re-enter. So now you keep $300 in your pocket. So now you're on the $400 board. You've already gifted your senior. You move up to the senior level on the $400 board. You are gifted 8 $400 gifts. That's $3,200. You retire that board and then you move to the $1,000 board. Now you're on the $1,000 board. Out of the $3,200 that you just received, you take $1,000 of that and you gift your senior on your $1,000 board. I was a senior on my $400 board in 9 days. So now the $1,000, I gifted my senior on the $1,000 board, and then literally funneling people in, the invitees come in only on the $100 board, which pushes everyone through the other boards. Now we're on the $1,000 board. You are a senior on the $1,000 board. You are gifted 8 $1,000 gifts. Now when you, I forgot to say, when you are on the $1,000 board, you have to leave behind $400 on the $400 board that you just left, right? So that you can re-enter that $400 board now that you're on the $1,000 board. And so now you keep $1,800 out of the $3,200 in your pocket. So now you're on the $1,000 board, you're a senior. You received 8 $1,000 gifts. You retire that board and it moves you to the $2,000 board. When you're on the $2,000 board, you take $2,000 out of the $8,000 that you received as a senior on your $1,000 board, and you gift the senior on the $2,000 board. Now, you leave behind $1,000 so that you can re-enter that $1,000 board, and you keep $5,000 in your pocket. Let me tell y'all how exciting it is to receive text messages from people when you're on a $1,000 board to say, hi, I'm your senior, I'm your freshman on your $1,000 board. How would you like to receive your gifts? Hello. And it was a $100 gift that I started out with. So exciting. So you keep $5,000 in your pocket. You gift the senior on your $2,000 board. You gift them when you're a freshman. Then when you're a freshman, you are gifted when you are a senior, you are gifted 8 $2,000 gifts. That's $16,000, guys. And because it's your last and final board, you leave $2,000 on that board so that you can re-enter it once you retire it as a senior, keeping $14,000 in your pocket. So when you go through all 4 of these boards, you end up keeping $21,100 in your pocket. You're with an initial gift of $100. Wow. No one, all 500 of us, have never seen anything like this, where you can gift $100 and receive $21,100 in return just by sharing this, literally by sharing this and bringing in 2 like-minded individuals. Everyone bring in 2 like-minded individuals, everyone's moving through the boards. And then it gets better. So let me just say that because there's a perpetual board, your perpetual board starts on your 2nd round and beyond. So it's your 2nd round, your 15th round, your 50th round, right? For those who've been in since 11 years, they have had perpetual boards ever since. And so let me just explain what perpetual means. Perpetual means never ending. It means It means never ending, never changing. It means everlasting, eternal, permanent. It means ceaseless. It means endless. This is what a perpetual board is. It's endless. So when you come in as a senior on your first board, you are brand new. When you come in as a freshman, you gift your senior $100. Now, when you become a senior on your $100 board, you receive $800 in gifts. Now, out of that $800, you take $400. When you go to be a freshman on the $400 board, you gift your senior $400, and now you leave behind $100 on your perpetual board. This is the perpetual board, right? So when you go, you leave $100 on your perpetual board. You are a freshman, but guess what? You're not bringing in 2 more people on any other board outside of your $100 board when you first get started. It literally is a momentum of everyone moving from board to board to board to board, splitting and moving up, that's pushing you into the other boards. The initial round or the initial cycle, as well as your perpetual boards, they literally just funnel in and push you up. So I think I'm on my 3rd perpetual board for my $100 board, my 3rd $100 perpetual board. So you literally are a freshman, you're pushed up to a senior, then back down to a freshman, and then back up to a senior, over and over and over again. Endless, permanently, for a lifetime, right? How exciting is that? So now the gift that you left during your first cycle, the gift, like you're on your way to the $400 board, that gift that you left, guess what? You get it back. You get it back and you can put it in your pocket. So now instead of keeping $300 in your pocket, you keep $700 in your pocket. This is for the second round and beyond. So now you're off on the $400 board. You gifted your senior. Now you're a senior. Now you've received $3,200 in gifts. You move to the $1,000 board, right? Out of the $3,200, you gift your senior, but guess what? You get $1,000 back because you left it on your previous cycle. And you get that back, and instead of $1,800 that you keep in your pocket, now you keep $2,800 in your pocket. Same thing with the $1,000 board. You've gifted your senior. Now that you're a senior, you receive your $8,000 in gifts. You gift the senior on your $2,000 board. But guess what? On your way there, you get $2,000 back that you've left previously. And now you, instead of the $5,000 in your pocket, you keep $7,000 in your pocket. And then your final board, you receive the 8 $2,000 gifts, but you still leave the $2,000 to re-enter your perpetual board. And so what does this mean? This means that you literally can be receiving gifts on multiple boards at the same time. I've received gifts on the $1,000 board and the $100 perpetual board. I've received gifts on the $400 board and the $100 board. Multiple, literally, I've only been in for 4 weeks, guys, and it has truly been a game changer. And the key is to continue to keep sharing. And pay close attention to the training. Like that, those are the 2 keys. I mean, really, key to really being able to experience Kindred Hearts team the way it was meant to be. So it is so exciting because we spend $100 on things that we can't even remember. We go to Target for laundry stuff, and we come out spending $130 and we have no idea why, because we only got 5 things. This is 5 $20 bills. Really, it's 10 $10 bills. $100 is your initial gift. To receive $21,100 your first time, and then every single time after that on your perpetual boards, you're receiving $24,500. $24,500. Now I have an undergraduate degree, a master's degree, and I still don't receive $24,500 a month, right? Or every 2 months. Like, seriously, this is a huge, huge blessing. This is a gifting activity that you have to be invited to be a part of, and it is It really is life-changing. It really is. So, but there are some rules. There are some procedures and guidelines that are really important to remember. One, that it's private. It's a private group of like-minded individuals. Now, yep, there's some people who sneak in who aren't like-minded, of course, right? We're all human and it just is what it is. But the thing is that one of the most important things to remember when you are a freshman, that you must contact your senior immediately to arrange sending your gift. You don't just get in and say, okay, I want to hold my spot. And then, I don't get paid till August 16th. So now everybody on the board is waiting for you to gift the senior, and because you're not gifted to the 16th. Nope, you have to gift immediately. That is one of the guidelines. So number 3 is make sure that as the inviter, you're responsible for letting your invitees know how this works, that they need to gift immediately. So make sure that they have the $100 to be able to gift their senior right away before actually putting them in. There's no marketing, there's no email blasting of Kindred Heart's name because it's private invitation only. If you're caught, you will be removed. The other next is that because you are so fortunate to receive so many gifts, then really over $20,000 in gifts, if you're required to advance to the next level. So what does that mean? That means that you might be so excited because this could be an answered prayer. You had no idea how you were going to pay your rent or how you were going to pay your car note. And you're like, oh my goodness, if I could just be a senior on the $100 board and I receive $800 gifts, I'm good and I'm done. That's not how it works. This is been around for 11 years. Everyone moves and advances to each board. So when the tickets come into your portal, you gift your senior. You gift the senior on your perpetual board. You gift the senior on the board that you're moving forward to. And you literally move to the next level because it keeps the boards moving forward. It helps you and your inviter and your team and other teams move forward and experience this blessing together. And so if you decide not to move forward, if you decide not to gift forward, then you will be removed. You will be blocked from your accounts. And unfortunately, you will be removed from the activity and you will not be allowed to return. So giving freely and receiving graciously is really what Kindred Hearts team is all about. So because it's an automated software, the system places people where they belong. And so the only time that you can remove somebody who has been placed on a board as a freshman is if you're a senior and if that freshman has failed to gift. If you've tried to reach out to them, you've called them, you've emailed them, you've texted them, and it's been 3 days, 4 days, a week, and you can't get a hold of them, absolutely take them off because they are either not like-minded or they just, are no longer are participating. So you remove them and then let people, your leaders know. And so they can, try to figure out if there's a reason why, and then you can allow somebody who really does want to move and participate in this gifting activity to come on the board. Now, we do not recruit, we do not refer. We only invite and we share. And then at that time, you're able to make a decision if you want to be a part of this gifting community. But it's really a lot of fun. It's fun. It's like a puzzle. It's like, we are all like Sherlock Holmes trying to figure out, whose board is moving and what do we need to do to help other people. So it really is a really great community. So let me just explain what a gift is. A gift is any transfer to an individual either directly or indirectly, where full consideration measured in money or money's worth is not received in return. This is considered a gift. So for those of you who may be thinking, are these gifts going to put me into a different tax bracket? Let me share the good news. IRS.gov says that you can receive, in 2020, you can receive up to $15,000 in gifts from one individual. So because this is an automated system, you're receiving gifts from multiple people, so you don't have to worry about ever exceeding that amount from receiving gifts from one individual. How exciting is that? So guess what? No additional taxes because of this gift and this gifting activity. And so you can go to irs.gov, look under frequently asked questions on gift taxes for more information. Also, I am not a certified tax professional, so please, as a disclaimer, for any tax advice, please consult a certified tax professional, or you yourself can go to irs.gov and you can look under publication 559. And it's on page 25 where they talk about gift tax. And like I circled here, it says in 2019, generally gifts valued up to $15,000 per person could have been given to any number of people, and none of the gifts will be taxable. This is taken directly from the irs.gov site. And so next steps, how do you guys move forward? So if you are like, oh my goodness, this is an answered prayer, I'm so excited, thank you, thank you, thank you to the person who invited you. That's what you do. You contact them, you let them know I am in, this is huge, OMG, right? And you let them know you want to be a part of the community. So then they will enroll you in Kindred Hearts team. So then when you now are on the board as a freshman, the very first and only thing that you do is gift your senior immediately. And so you will, your inviter will give you your username and password, and then you will log in. You will have a ticket that says gifts and funds that you need to send to your senior. You'll have your senior's name, your senior's phone number, and email on that ticket so you can reach out to them and ask them how they would prefer to be gifted their $100. You gift them immediately, the senior will confirm you, and then now once you are your fellow or your neighboring freshmen, do the same thing. Once they are enrolled and they gift and they're confirmed, then you move up to sophomores, and this is when you bring two like-minded people into the community that you want to bless or that really need a blessing. And so you enter your two like-minded friends, and then that is it when it comes to needing to put in your two like-minded individuals. Now, let me just say that you may know more than two people. So now what happens, that's great, because the more the merrier, right? The momentum is going to push everyone else through these boards. And so once you actually join, we'll be able to share with you how you can bring those people in as well. So you go through each board, giving and receiving, and then you re-enter your perpetual board. Like once you move from one board, like when you retire one board and move to the next board, you just re-enter your perpetual board on the board that you just left. How exciting is that? So now you're on two boards, or maybe three, or maybe four at the same time, and you're literally just giving, receiving. It's a beautiful experience. But let me just tell you, in order to have the best experience, training is key. Training is really, really important. And so there are a couple of ways for you to receive training. One is there's a new training video in your portal. And so if you go to your portal, if you are already a member, there it says training video. It literally takes you step by step in how to enroll people, and it really explains how to do it. So watch the new training video for all my new folks who are new to our community. 2, we have upcoming Zoom information sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So this same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Pacific, you will use the same link that you came in with, and you will be able to invite your friends to experience and just really hear this information session so that they can make a decision for themselves. Now on Tuesdays, we have the first and third Tuesday of every month. Our founder, Ms. Sharon, will do a training as well as live board corrections. So live board corrections via conference call, get your phones out, take a screenshot of this number, because you'll be able to hop on tomorrow, because tomorrow is the first Tuesday of the month. And not only can you listen to her and hear her wisdom and knowledge about this gifting activity, but it's really, you'll learn a lot. You really will. You will learn a lot. And so that is tomorrow. So this is the number. And then on the second and fourth Tuesday, you will have a deep dive training on Zoom where we talk about moving, and this will be on Zoom. So the first and third Tuesday is via conference call. The second and fourth Tuesday is a deeper dive training on Zoom. So the second and fourth Tuesday is not live board corrections. It's really more focusing on how to move through your boards, how to be a good inviter, how to be a good invitee, training, training, training. And then the first and third Tuesdays are about, you will receive training via conference call, but also live board corrections. And so make sure, this is really important to share with your team. Anyone who becomes a new member of our community, please, please, please get them on these calls, because they really make a difference in people's experience. And so now is really where you make the decision. We make the decision, you have the opportunity to make the decision like, yes, absolutely. I cannot find a better way to use $100. I cannot find a better way to gift $100. I can't find a better way. Tell you, the person who invited you, that you are ready to go, and they can enroll you today. And so yes is a great answer. So we love yeses because we love welcoming new members into our community. But no is a good answer too. So if this is not for you, that's okay. We just want to say thank you for being a part and allowing us to share this amazing community and gifting activity that we are all really excited about. So the person who invited you is really excited. Let me just tell you. So thank you for allowing us to share. If this is not you, just let them know it's not for you. Thanks for inviting me. And then, you guys go about your, your relationship like, nothing ever happened. And so, so if this isn't for you, now you actually can hop off and let the people know that let the person know that invited you that this isn't for you. And so what we used to do is we used to do trainings after this, but we kind of shifted that to putting them on Tuesdays instead. It just is it just helps put boundaries and things in place for our community. So this is why. So some of you are like, well, aren't you going to do trainings? We're going to do them on Tuesdays instead. So guys, that is the amazing gifting activity. I am so excited that I just have been put in a position to be able to share it with you and help you to understand this, and so that it can be a blessing, because it really truly has been a blessing for me.